had such an impact on me and continues to have an impact on me. With the Moment of Love album in particular, or SOS as it's called in the US. So what happened was overseas, LaBouche's second album was titled Moment of Love. Yeah. In the US, the album was titled SOS.
And if I can interrupt you real quick, the problem normally comes in when you have like split labels. We were with B&G Berlin in Europe, and then we were with RCA. So, of course, again, all these cooks in the kitchen, well, we have to have this kind of video, and we have to have this kind of video. So we had to shoot 2 different videos for the songs. The album and artwork and everything was different, and it should have been consistent so people knew what they were looking at,
Right. And the singles were different, too.
Yeah.
Because I remember that Bolingo was the lead single overseas, and here in the United States, the lead single was You Won't Forget Me.
Yes.
See, I told you I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a casual fly-by-night fan. Like, I'm a hardcore LaBouche fan.
Well,
all that.
Yeah. Well, if I give you a backstory on You Won't Forgive Me, that was a song that I co-wrote with Frank Farian. And
Billy and Bass and a bunch of other people, legendary producer.
Yeah. And we shot the video in New York on the ABC Sound Lot. And all the extras, besides the dancers that you see, like in the glass boxes, everyone was homeless. We hired all these people. We paid them like $200. We fed them. We hung out with them for the day, and it was a really great, probably one of the funnest, video shoots I've been on.
Well, that's amazing. And you know what? That solidifies something. Of course, this is my first in-face conversation with you, so to speak. We've conversed, online in regard to me securing the copyright for the song, but we've never actually spoken until now. And so that being said, because I didn't know you personally, obviously I didn't know Melanie personally, but listening to your songs, I've always had a sense of camaraderie with you both and of like just good giving people, and what you just said solidified that.
Yeah. Well, Melanie was from a little place called Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. I hail from Anchorage, Alaska. Middle class, lower class, families, whatever, hardworking. And one of the things that we prided ourselves on were just remaining professional, remaining humble, and always, like my mom said, please excuse me and thank you, because this is a really difficult business to be in. And if you don't have the basic social skills to get through it, it can be difficult, and if you don't have a tough skin, it can be even more difficult, So it's important, I tell young artists now that want to get into the business, and I ask them, I said, well, why exactly do you want to get into business? Is it to be rich and famous, or is it because you just love music that much? Because if it's the former, to be rich and famous, it's probably not going to happen, Will you be satisfied? Yeah, will you be satisfied performing for 20 people in some small hall, or does it have to be 50,000 people, And it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'll perform in front of one person if they came to see me. There were a couple of times in our career early on where, of course, I'm sure you know about the charlatans and the promoters and stuff. Sometimes they try to get over on you or whatever. And we were in Germany. The club was packed, but the club owner didn't have the money. Now, no money, no show. This is our livelihood. This is our work. You don't go to the doctor and ask him to do a procedure on you, and then not have the money, or the means to pay. You don't ask some lawyer to litigate for you for free. Don't ask me to get on stage and perform. So the guy didn't have the money. So me and Melanie thought about it. We said, man, all these people came out to see us. So we got on stage and we made an announcement that Bernd Krugenheimer, whatever his name was, over there, we pointed him out, doesn't have the money that he took from you to pay us, but we're going to do the show anyway because you came out to see us. And it was one of the best shows that we've ever done. We turned that out. And so you always have to keep one eye open with these guys, You can't be too gullible and too humble that you forget about the business aspect of it, because this is show business, not show friends, as I like to say.
Absolutely. I appreciate that advice. It took me 10 Billboard charting single. So you can imagine, obviously the struggle that I had, et cetera. I was lucky to have songs chart on iTunes, videos on MTV, but my main goal was to always have a Billboard charting single. It took 10 years, but it happened, with the grace of God. I prayed almost daily about it. And that's another thing, speaking of God,
but isn't it amazing, the feeling when you see it? I know you mentioned, I think it was on Facebook, one of your dreams was to have, a Billboard article done, and to have that come full circle, it's, it is amazing. When you think of your humble beginnings and where you came from and how hard you've been working to achieve something, and then to see it come to fruition, it is amazing. So soak it in.
Talking to you is amazing because when I first started embarking on my career, I had moved out in 1998. I was like 17 years old, and like I said, I got a job at a record store, and you and Melanie's album got me through the rough times that I was going through. So this is full circle as well. Like, having the honor and privilege to speak with you right now, and then covering your song "Moment of Love." It means the world to me. So this is definitely a dream come true. That you took the time to do this. I really appreciate it. It's a perfect birthday gift. Thank you so much. I wanted to say, though, speaking of God and spirituality, another reason that I really connected with the SOS/Moment of Love album is because there is so much that you and Melanie sang about God and spirituality. I noticed it in lyrics, especially in the Moment of Love song.
Yeah.
So that also impressed me back then because a lot of, I'm not trying to preach to nobody, but I never did drugs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm 15 years in sobriety. It seemed that, LaBouche's records really weren't about that lifestyle. Again, I don't know you guys. I'm not sure, but to me, as a listener, fan, I got so much more out of it. I got spirituality out of your lyrics and or the songwriters and things of that nature.
Well, first of all, anything that we recorded, it had to be, my mother had to be able to listen to it. So there was no booty shaking, crystal popping kind of lyrics or anything like that. And because Melanie and I both were, God-fearing people, we always wanted to represent that, and I've always wanted to be a credit to my community back home in Alaska and her in South Carolina, and to other young artists, and let them know that you don't have to sing about such frivolous things, There's a time and a place for that, and some of the lyrics and stuff that are so harsh, just right in your face, there's no guessing what they're talking about. One of the beautiful things about writing is being able to tell a story and evoke those emotions without being vulgar, but I never was Cristal popping because I don't like Cristal, I just don't. And so I would never write about this stuff, it's just about heart, and all of our songs are either about being in love, wanting to be in love, wanting to get out of love, or something around the subject of love. Right out here.
Well, that makes me feel even more of a fan, knowing that it was sincere, the lyrics, and what I was, ascertaining it to be. I have a question, and obviously, if you want to answer it, it's cool. I asked this of all my musical idols and musical influences.
Yes, I'm 28.
You know how they do fantasy football lists and all that stuff?
Do I know how to do it?
No. But do you know what I'm referring to? The fantasy football.
I've heard of it.
Okay, so what I do is I have fantasy singles list of songs that I wish were released as singles. And part of the reason that I know that Moment of Love was released overseas, but as a single, but it was not released in America. Single. So that was another reason that I strongly wanted to record it, because a lot of the songs on my album were tracks that my personal favorite tracks, but not released as singles here in America. Yeah. That being said, I ask, if you want to answer, if not, I totally respect it. My question is, do you have any songs that you wish were released as singles from the album? Either from the album or the Moment of Love album.
I think on the first record, there was a song on there called Whenever You Want My Love. It kind of had like everything but the girl kind of baseline kind of feel to it. I've always loved that song. Simple, but it was just kind of made you feel like you were in your car with the top down, just cruising, you know, on the 101 or something. On the second album, there were a few on there that I thought could have worked. You know, unfortunately, you know, when the first single kind of fails, it doesn't really do well. The record company really kind of like starts pulling back away instead of investing more money in the next single or whatever. But on the second record, I want to say on a pop note, a song that Diane Warren wrote for us, Sweet Little Persuader. I think a nice ballad. Yeah. And Say It With Love.
Say It With Love. That's right before the album.
Say You'll Be Mine. I mean, and just pick one. I mean, they were all there. There was another song that I recorded on there called, was it on the first record? Don't Let the Rain.
I got them both here. I'll tell you. Yeah. What, Don't Let the Rain? That's on the second one.
Yeah. An interesting story. Okay. And this is one thing that I want people to realize and understand about LaBouche and Lane. When we first got together, I was brought on specifically to be the rapper, right? And when they realized at our gold platinum that we had in Frankfurt, we did an unplugged session. And Melanie sang we did Be My Lover, Sweet Dreams, and Fall in Love with upright bass, piano, and some percussion. And then Melanie did I'll Always Love You, and I did my own interpretation of Michael Jackson's You Are Not Alone. And when I started to sing, Andy Zeldine, who's the president of BMG, ran across the room to Frank and said, "Why isn't this guy singing?" So the next couple of weeks, Frank calls me and, we got some songs, what you gonna do? One of them was Say You'll Be Mine. The other was Say It With Love and Don't Let the Rain. And when the record came out, obviously you hear Melanie singing, the verses and whatnot, which was totally cool. But those would be my fantasy songs. If I could throw in a fantasy cover song that I would love to redo,
right,
with somebody like CeCe Peniston or Robin S. or Crystal Waters, it would be Sherelle and Alexander O'Neal, Saturday Love. Remember that? Is that before your time?
I don't want to lie to you. I do. Of course, I will listen to it as soon as it's.
You probably heard it. It's that song that goes Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, hey love. Out of Minneapolis, they were with Prince and Time, all back in the, I want to say 87, 88. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, how old are you?
Yes. Oh, do we have to say that?
Truth.
Do we have to say how old I am?
Absolutely.
I'm pushing the big 40. I'm pushing it soon.
I wouldn't have said
pushing
that, but okay.
pushing it soon. Pushing it soon.
Well,
ironically, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You froze up. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, ironically, I've already told you my age. I was 28.
Right. Exactly. Shades Head Club. Ironically, my fantasy list. Is it okay if I tell you what my fantasy list was for the SOS moment?
Bring it.
Okay, so all right, You Won't Forget Me. I felt was a strong lead-off single. My second choice would have been SOS. My third choice, Moment of Love. Even though Moment of Love is one of my favorite songs of all time, I figured because it was a ballad, make it the third single.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth choice would have been, and I'm surprised you didn't say it because you sing on this one, Unexpected Lovers. And I know it's a remake, but you and Melanie have equal vocal shares on Unexpected Lovers.
Yeah, that was supposed to be my song with her singing background on it, but when it came out, that's what it was. They don't let you know how it turns out until it turns out.
Right. I always thought that would have made a great single.
Yeah. One other one, too, if I can backtrack, too, is Nice and Slow.
Nice and Slow. From the first album.
Yeah, that was one that me and Melanie wrote. And a lot of people don't realize this. When Melanie and I first started working together in this cover band called Groove Fairs, there was a little tension, a little romantic attraction going on there.
Okay.
And that's
beautiful.
Yeah, and that's where like "Be My Lover" was born from that song. I remember before we even recorded all the stuff, she asked me, "How do you feel about mixing business and pleasure?" And I said, "Well, it's been my experience, having done like some regional musical theater and some tours and things like that, and have dated people on the tour." And then they get an attitude or get pissed off about something, they bring it onto the stage, and that's like a really horrible feeling to experience. And so I said, I can't say that it won't work. I said, but you had your Sonny and Cher, Tammy, Marvin, you've had duets that have been successful. So, weeks passed by, we started writing the song, and she's like, looking back on all the time that we spent together, you should know by now if you want to be my lover. And I was like, well, I see what you say, I see what you do, but, I just need to know a little bit more about you before I commit to something. And by the time I saw all that stuff, we were both dating other people, so it was not an issue.
Right, and then she became engaged. She became engaged before her death.
Well, even before that, she was dating this guy. He looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was just a big, swole-up dude. And I was dating Kim Sanders at the time from, I don't know if you know that name. She's one of the singers for Culture Beat most recently.
Mr. Vane. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, life is rough on the road when you're trying to have a relationship. It's not the easiest thing to do because, you're either if you're both in the business, and one is successful and one is not, there's issues, if they're not in the business, why aren't you home? When are you coming home? Blah, 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 blah. And you can't have it both ways. You got to work until you get what you achieve and then enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Absolutely. Another one of my favorite duos of all time is Eurythmics.
Oh, yeah.
So parallels to LaBouche and Eurythmics, sort of parallels. I mean, I know that you, from what you just said, you and Melanie didn't date, but Dave and Annie actually dated, broke up, and then formed Eurythmics. So
yeah,
a little bit of there, and they're another one of my favorite groups.
We use a little bit of Eurythmics in our live performance of Sweet Dreams. One of the breaks there, we do the, I think it's after I do the rap. I got a sweet dream, I feel a passion, don't make me wait, don't make me wait. Don't make me wait. Sweet dreams are made of these. We do that in the show. The crowd just goes crazy, because everybody knows that song.
When the cassette single first came out, I was like, is this a remake? Because I hadn't heard it. I saw it as a cassette single, and of course I bought it right away. And I was like, it's not. It's amazing.
A cassette. Wow.
Cassette single. Exactly. See, show my age. I told you when I'm pushing.
Yeah. Well, age is nothing but a number. I mean, I just turned 60 last Monday.
Did you really?
I did. And I'm proud of it. And
happy birthday.
Thank you. I look a little tired today because I was up early. But normally I look a lot fresher and a lot younger than this.
I don't even think 60 is not old, but I thought you were late.
It's not, and especially when you see me on stage. I mean, I don't even act like I'm 60. I'm such a kid. I'm such a fool, as my mom would say sometimes. So, but let me do a quick shout out to all the people that are watching. Yes. I appreciate you guys looking in, and hopefully you guys will tag me and follow me and see the adventures of Lane and LaBouche. I also have an art page, Lane McCray Artwork, because I'm an artist, and I've got my gallery opening up in a couple of weeks here in Germany. So I do it all. Bring home the bacon and fry it up in the pan.
And I just saw your latest on your Facebook page.